I had Jeremy Ryan Slate on Inverted World last night. He's in LA right now. He's seeing all these fires, and he's saying that there's gangs starting fires outside of houses to get people to evacuate to then loot the house.
Yes, they're saying cartel gangs are intentionally exacerbating the problems.
Yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't you?
And you can move in.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. Malibu is burning.
Yep.
It's spreading and they can't stop it. This is not even, what is it, like 10% contained or something?
That's the Palisades.
I heard
one
11%
right there.
last night, but not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Last I heard, it was somewhere around 10%.
Well,
like
what's
11%.
crazy about this whole thing, and you know, and I am going to make it political, is like the wildfires in this area are not new. This has been going on since the area has existed. When the Spanish came there 500 years ago, right? They would see that there's just these there's these very unique physical characteristics to the land, to the wind, to the vegetation that's there that produces this pretty much once a year, pretty much regularly. And the natives, by the way, would say, no, you can't just leave the forest. You've got to maintain it. You've got to chop some of this stuff down. You've got to clear away this old brush. And I remember when Trump went out there in 2018, he said, you got to rake the forest, because it's Trump. And, he always says things in the Trump way, but that is what he's talking about. He's talking about cleaning it up. He's talking about managing your forest. And this is something that was known for hundreds of years.
They mocked him for that.
And yet and they mocked him, they ridiculed him, they attacked him, and they're like, oh, Newsom's got to take care of it. Newsom's going to be great. And here we are again.
That's been the situation, though, for, literally since 2017 when he took office. It was 16 when he was running, right? Like, the left just says, whatever Trump says, say the opposite, and it'll be fine. That's why Biden passed all those executive orders to undo all the things like remain in Mexico and all the things related to the border. And that's literally why we had that massive surge. Joe Biden specifically said, I want to see people surge the border, which blows my mind. If you go back and look at the debates, he literally said, I want to see people surge the border. Like welcoming people in and then set in, undid policies that would have prevented them. And now we've got an absolute mess with illegal immigration that Donald Trump is back now to clean up.
It's controlled collapse.
Yeah, it's the collapse of complex systems. And by the way, these are by and large, right? California, one of the biggest COVID states, right? So one of the biggest COVID areas. So just think about this, right? These are the people who said, just trust the experts, just listen to the government, just follow the guidance, follow DC, follow all. This is the way you do things. This is the way you get it right. And now suddenly all those people are sitting there in their TV, and it's horrible. By the way, it's absolutely horrible. And this is something that I think a lot of people get wrong about conservatives is like, no, we want to help, but the problem is that your ideas about how to fix the situation are so stupid that it's like you've got to just remove that person. Like, okay, that's nice. You sit over here and we'll explain to you how to make the fire go away. Because here's the problem, right? So with like something like these intangible, systemic racism, wokeism, critical race theory, all these different things, the phantom misogyny that exists. These are all intangibles, right? These are things that exist maybe in your head, you can't see them, but they're all theoretical in a sense. They're academic. But when a fire is coming to your house... They're also
unfalsifiable.
Yeah, they're unfalsifiable. But when a fire is coming to burn down your house, guess what? Like, that is...
But don't you think it was worth it to save the smelt fish?
See, that's where I get into. All right, we did this, and it went kind of viral on Human Events Daily. Where have you guys ever seen that movie Chinatown, the old Jack Nicholson movie?
Back,
with John Huston. Yeah. Plays Noah Cry. Have you seen it, Tim?
No.
Oh, dude,
classic.
Dude, because the whole movie's about the California water wars, and which are a real thing that happened in the 20s, where basically it came down to who controlled the water in California, basically controlled the land, and what they were doing is they were denying land to specific areas so they could devalue it, so this developer could come in, buy up all the land at an incredibly low value, then incorporate, again, this is a Jack Nicholson movie from the 1970s, then incorporate the valley with the city, then bring the water in. This is, by the way, William Mulholland or John Mulholland? William Mulholland was in real life. This is where Mulholland Drive. That's where the name comes from. He was the water director of California. And, you know, he was like this totally corrupt guy that participated in all this in the building of the LA aqueduct. And the farmers were like bombing it and trying to stop it because it was going to ruin all their farms. And the movie is about all of this. And, you know, he's just this evil developer who knows that people are going to die, but he doesn't care. And there's this great scene where he's like, well, you see, Jake, you see, Mr. Gitz, you can bring the water to L.A. or you can bring L.A. to the water. He's like, you're so rich, you're so rich. What could you possibly want that you can't already buy? The future, Mr. Gitz, the future. And so that character of Noah Cross is the one that Daniel Plainview is kind of based on in There Will Be Blood, because it's a very similar type of character. So I just keep watching all this news, and I'm like, this is the plot of Chinatown just over and over and over again.
Yep.
Well, that's mismanagement for you. And these people are going to keep voting for it because nothing's going to change their mind. Newsom's already going on podcasts and saying Trump's lying about everything. Yep. Don't blame me. When he was asked about why the reservoir was drained, he goes, that's a local reservoir, not a state reservoir. Like, he has no responsibility for anything. Gone are the days where even if it wasn't the fault of the guy in charge, like this is what I was saying earlier this morning, a house would burn down and the fire chief would say, we let you down on this day.
Yeah.
And rest assured, we will do better next time. Now it's, hey, we didn't start the fire. That guy who was in there, he got himself in the wrong place by being in that burning building. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.